Okay, so when I first tried the food in Japan, I mean it's not as sweet and salty as American food, so I was like, this doesn't really have any flavor. And um I my first few transfers, I actually carried around a little bag in my purse because I wouldn't be able to eat the food, and so I just like then like put it in, and because I didn't want to offend them. And so yeah, it just that saved me. That got me through to the point where I loved Japanese food. I really liked okonomiyaki, which is kind of like a cabbage pancake with meat on it, and there's different sauces. And there I love sushi and the sashimi and stuff. But to be honest, when I first tried it, I absolutely hated it, and because it's just raw fish. And so one of my companions, she was from Brazil, and she didn't like fish and she wouldn't eat it. And so we went to a member's house, and there's just this huge plate of sashimi, which is the raw fish. And my companion turned to me and she said, "Dozo," which means go ahead. And I was like, "What, you're not eating it?" And she said, "No, I won't eat it." And so I had to eat it all by myself. And I mean, with every bite, I was just like, oh no. But after that, I loved sushi and all of that stuff. So, yeah, I mean, Japanese food is so good, and usually missionaries just grow to love it, and there's lots of, really yummy foods that you can eat there. Japanese people are so polite, and so you always want to show honor and respect to them when you enter into their house. And before every meal, you always go like this, and you say "itadakimasu," which means like, I humbly partake of this meal. And a couple of mannerisms that I wish that I would have known before I went is that you do not stick your chopsticks into the rice, because that's like cursing their house and their family and stuff. And so I did that, and my trainer about had a heart attack because it's very offensive. And then another thing is that you never want to touch their chopsticks, because they're their own personal chopsticks. And it's kind of, I guess it's kind of rude, but my companion, she kind of had a heart attack about that too. And I didn't know. So yeah, always use your own chopsticks. And another thing is that Japanese people, they slurp when they drink their soup. And so when I first got there, that shocked me, and I was just mortified. But it's actually showing that it's really delicious and that it tastes good. And so, if you ever go to a soup shop or are at a member's house, they'll always be slurping if they eat something like that. So if you can learn to slurp, then the members will love it.